I never lose, either I win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever it may concern. About to be a hot topic, play with fire, you get burned. Ain't nobody give me nothing, whatever I got, better I earn. I never lose, but I learn. I either win or I
Thank you for
learn.
listening to the
Those are my
Strong
only
AF
options.
podcast.
This episode is brought to you by our Weight Loss Transformation Masterclass. After spending over 30 years of my life being obese and dealing with chronic constipation issues, I decided to get my certification in fitness, nutrition, and wellness to empower myself to lose over 70 pounds and keep it off.
Watching my brother and dad have a heart attack within weeks of each other, I knew I had to make a change, but I wasn't sure what to do. After researching and studying to get my certification in fitness, nutrition, and weight loss management, I was able to use this knowledge I gained to lose over 80 pounds and keep it off.
Now we're passionate about helping others to avoid the same mistakes that we made and changing the world through holistic health and wellness. So our approach is focused on mindset because overall health, including our mental health, means everything to us.
Imagine waking up with more energy than you imagined possible, no longer worrying about digestive issues and bloating.
We're here to show you how to ditch the fad diets and make small changes in your lifestyle, which will make a massive impact on your quality of life.
These are changes that you will be able to pass on for generations to come. Go to veganstrongandfit.com/masterclass today to sign up for your free masterclass and get started on a happier, healthier journey.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Strong AF podcast. I'm Ashley,
I'm Yuri.
and if you're watching on YouTube, I have this crazy little burn here, and it's the funniest story. So my son decided to try these new vegan pizza rolls that we found in the grocery store, and heated them up, got them, the cheese like oozed out on my lip. I burnt my lip, below my lip, my tongue. And the worst part is they weren't even good. I'm not going to tell you who they were, but yeah, they weren't even good. Wasn't worth it at all. But that's my fun story for the week.
Just want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to us and following us on our social accounts at Vegan Strong and Fit and at the Stronger AF Podcast. Just continue to follow us, send us any messages, any thoughts, and just wanted to give a shout out for some of our listeners in the United Kingdom, France, Russia, Canada, Hungary, New Zealand, Switzerland, Chile, Germany, South Korea, Ireland, Finland, Denmark, Vietnam. We appreciate y'all downloading our podcast. We appreciate all the support we're getting. Just continue to leave us these reviews, these 5-star reviews. Just let us know what you think. And if you have any questions, just send us an email at veganstrongandfit@gmail.com. Any questions you may have, just get in contact with us.
Exactly. So one of our favorite questions that we ask all of our guests is, where do you get your strength from? But we haven't answered that ourselves.
Yeah, for me, when I think about it, where I get my strength from, it always seems to come back to that one person, the first woman that I've ever fell in love with. Yes, my mother, my mom, Danita Barber. Today's her 60th birthday. Just wanted to sort of make this about her. She turned 60 years old today. Just want to tell you how much I love you and how much you've influenced me and made me the person I am today. Just about everything I do, business-wise, and reach these new goals in life. You're one of the first people that I can't wait to tell, because I know you're probably just amazed and like, look at my baby boy, my youngest son, and how all these obstacles I've overcame and didn't make any excuses for myself. I just continued to learn and push the envelope. I've learned so much from you. All the advice you gave me when I was younger, when I was hard-headed, and you think I
Still
didn't,
are hard-headed.
when you think I didn't listen or whatnot. But trust me, now that I'm 33, almost 34 years old, I hear your voice in the back of my head and I'm listening. I listen to a lot of the advice you gave me, and I continue to pass that on to my sons. Just appreciate you. Happy birthday, and I love you, and I get my strength from you. I learned how to cuss from you. All these words and everything you've taught me and my older brother Nolan. I really appreciate you pretty much being a single mom, working as hard as you did to provide for us and teaching us how to do everything for ourselves and not depend on anyone. Your famous words, what are you gonna do when I'm not here? But you're 60. I'm not gonna think about that. You're gonna live forever. You're gonna outlive us all. I love you. Just wanted to give you your flowers, and I appreciate you.
Most definitely. You have been definitely a second mother to me. And it's crazy to believe that, almost, was it 12 years ago now, when I first met you, and you've been nothing but great to me. Always been there for me. I was told to fear you when I first met you, and that is not true.
Well, the thing is,
This is for my mama. This is for my mama. Turning 60. Mama. Love you, girl. More than anything.
Happy 60th birthday. You don't look a day over 42. I just wanted to say that I love you and I have come to look to you like a second mother, and I so appreciate everything that you do for me and my family. Thank you so much. Also, for bringing Nolan in this world, because without him, I don't know where I would be. You are a wonderful mom, and again, I hope that you have the best 60th birthday. To a real queen.
Hey Granny, this is Raya, and I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. You don't look a day over 30. Miss Black don't crack. And thank you so much for all the life lessons that you have taught me and I'm going to use in the future. I love when we used to go to the Goodwill, and you always used to do my hair when I was younger, and you used to braid it, and you were the reason I know how to braid now. So thank you so much for everything you've done for me, and I hope you have a great birthday. Love you.
Hey Granny, I just want to tell you I love you and happy birthday.
Love you, Granny. Happy birthday.
Go.
Happy birthday. How about you? How about you, Daddy?
Happy birthday, Danita. I met Danita over 30 years ago, and she and I instantly became friends, and over the years, she's become more than just a friend to me. Danita, we may not be sisters in blood, but you are my sister at heart. Danita is one of the most loving people I ever met. She has been there for me, and we've been there for each other, and a friend is a person that's going to stand by you no matter what. We never argue, fuss, fight. Over 30 years, we have never quit talking to one another. So I just want to say, Danita, that I love you, and I am blessed to have you in my life to call my friend. I love you. Happy 60th birthday.
You was talking about when you met her.
Hey
She used
Granny,
to
this
always,
is Raya, and I just
I
wanted
don't
to
know if
wish you
she
a
probably
very
do
happy
around you.
birthday.
She used to always ask
You
me, "What are
don't
you
look a
doing?"
day over 30.
And I'm like, "I'm
Miss
your
Black
son.
don't
You should be
crack.
happy for me."
And thank you
And
so
you're like,
much for all
"What are
the
you
life
doing with him?
lessons
What
that
do
you
you
have
see
taught
in
me
him?"
and I'm going to use in the future.
But
I
yeah,
love when we
you've
used to
always been
go
there for me.
to the
Anything I needed,
Goodwill,
anything the
and
kids
you
needed,
always
I
used
know
to
that
do
I
my
can
hair when
always
I
go
was
to you.
younger,
And
and you used
it's
to
been
braid it,
absolutely
and you were
amazing. And
the
I
reason I
really
know how to
just
braid now.
appreciate everything that you have done
So
and
thank
still
you
do
so
for
much for
all of us.
everything you've done for me, and I hope
So
you have a great
yeah, we
birthday.
want
Love
to
you.
dive deep today into where we get our strength from and really talk about kind of our past and how that has affected our future, the good and the bad, really.
Yeah, because I know for me, being hard headed and following in my older brother's footsteps, when I could have been doing other things, focusing on education and focusing on college and things like that, my mind was focused on the quick dollar, what I thought was easy and stuff like that, and made a lot of bad choices. And I paid dearly for them with ton of fines and penalties and everything. But when I think of like we've been saying, where I get my strength from. Through it all, my mom was always there, whether it was giving advice or cursing me out, telling me telling me I'm crazy, telling me I don't need to do this, I need to do that, and everything. And I thank you for always being in my ear and giving me advice, even though I didn't take it then and there, but it eventually paid off.
Yeah, and for me, I guess where I get my strength from is a loaded question because I mean, I feel like I can sit here and tell you the good things, I feel like my mom being so outgoing, she really pushed me to open up. I was a very shy kid. I barely talked to anyone. And honestly, I wouldn't be where I am in my career today if my mom hadn't pushed me to kind of open up and be a little more social. I'm not saying I'm the most social person. I am very inherently introverted and I'm kind of a forced extrovert. So if I'm out somewhere and I have to kind of interact a lot, it takes a lot out of me when I get home. I'm kind of done for. So I like people, but I do struggle a lot with the social aspect. But she really helped me to open up there. I think my dad, I get from him is really the ability to go my own way, forge my own adventures, which really put me into the entrepreneurial field because I've seen that from my dad my entire life, how incredibly strong he was to be able to push through and start his own business and be very successful with his own business. Not just something that he kind of goes in and out of. So he's been very successful with that. And I really appreciate that influence in my life. However, I think that where I get my strength from, honestly, is all of the difficulties I overcame in my life. I've been through a lot. I grew up with a grandmother who was kind when she wanted to be, and then would throw it back in your face to get what she wanted from you. If you did not do what she wanted, then then and there, then it was always throwing back in your face what she did for you your entire life. I've had difficult situations with, honestly, as much as I love my dad and as much as he's there for me now, he wasn't there for me during my childhood. And that made it really difficult because I didn't have that father figure to look up to. And it kind of made me wonder what my future was going to bring. I never imagined myself getting married because I didn't want to be in the same situation that my mom was. There were things throughout college where, I really struggled with depression and anxiety, especially being away on my own for the first time and not really understanding how to handle all of my emotions on my own. I've worked in some great work environments, but I've worked in some very toxic work cultures. I've been threatened by bosses for not providing information that was not mine to share. Is very confidential information within the company, and I was not willing to share that. And because of that, I received threats from managers. And I feel like, those types of situations where I had to really understand who I was as a person. Because if I would have done that and I had not done the right thing, then I would have lost my moral compass. And that's not the person that I want to be. So those types of situations that I had to overcome, I honestly think going through those challenges is where I get my strength from.
Yeah, and after listening to you tell your story and stuff like that, I also have to give big ups to my older brother. Knows when pretty much our dad wasn't there, and you picked up his slack. I learned a lot from you. A lot of it was bad, but hey, I turned out well. I ain't gonna say fine, but I turned out well. Just everything you've taught me about, I learned how to be a dad from you. I've seen you raise kids, even those that are not biologically yours. I've seen you raise young men, a young daughter and stuff like that. You're a great father. I learned a lot from you. Learned how to be a man from you. I learned just about anything from you. Any advice I needed when I couldn't go to our dad, I came to you. You were always like a dad to me, and you still are. We just share information and pick each other's brains, and just want to give you your flowers too, because I wouldn't be the man I am today without you. Yeah, because you were pretty much I guess, like the male figure of the house for forever, it seems like. Mom depended on you, I depended on you. You would take me to school, pick me up from school. You let me steal your clothes when you go to work. I was fresh dressed in high school my senior and junior year because I was wearing your clothes. I always looked up to my brother. I had never had to worry about any bullying or anything when I got to high school. They would always be like, you know whose little brother that is? That's Nolan's little brother. I'm like, yeah, y'all know what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to give you your flowers too, because I get a lot of my strength from you. And I don't know, I guess growing up and lately hearing you tell me how you started to look up to me, to the man that I am, and being married and stuff like that. So it goes to show that we need to embrace the people in our lives who mean a lot to us. Just share these tidbits and stories with them. Just let them know what they mean to you, because people can go their whole lives without even knowing.
Exactly. And Yuri and I just talked about this the other night, right? Because I feel like as a man, society tells you need to hide your feelings, you need to suppress those. But as women and children and just each other friends, we need to know how you feel about us now, not when we die. You know, I don't want to wait my entire life to know that you care about me. So I want to show the people in my life the same courtesy and let them know that, hey, I care about you too. Like, I'm here for you. I know that we all get busy, and I'm so guilty of this with my friends. Like, I'll get busy with family and work and forget to check in on my friends. And I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry. Like, I know I'm a really sucky friend, but I love you. I miss you. I hope you're okay. You know, like, just be there. Even if you haven't talked to somebody for a week, a month, a year, you know, pick up the phone and just be like, hey, are you okay? How are you doing? I miss you.
Yeah, because I know it's crazy, especially the older we get, we start to have families and we move off and we have jobs and stuff like that. And we're doing whatever we can to get by. We lose track of those friendships and relationships we develop. So I know all my childhood friends, we're pretty much in the same area, and I can go months without speaking to them. But if I do, that's times that I cherish. Like my closest friends, my kindergarten friend, Pat. We always communicate, whether it's sending little videos here and there, sending little text messages and stuff like that, bouncing off little goals and hardships and whatever we're going through. I just wanted to give quick shout outs to Pat and all the people in my neighborhood and all the people in Cleveland, the dirt road, Mark, Tim, Manuel, Swift, Mont, Big Pat, all y'all, man. Y'all made me who I am today. Everything I go through and everything, all these goals and dreams I have, I know I'm like, wait till my boys see this. I know they ain't gotta tell me. But I know they're witnessing this. I know they see this on social media and stuff like that. Just know that everything I do, I have a lot of these people in my mind that I carry this chip on my shoulder. It's like we've been through so much and pushed each other that even though y'all not right here beside me and in my ear, y'all drive me and push me to go harder and achieve all these goals and dreams that I have. So I salute y'all.
Yeah, so I think that, you know, our main purpose out of today in this episode is really to make you think about and understand the people in your life, the things in your life that you have gone through that have made you who you are today. And just take some time and reach out and touch base with somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. Like, I just met up with my friend Katie, and it's so crazy because before quarantine, before COVID hit, we would meet up once a month, go to lunch, And then that just kind of dropped off. And it's been so long since I talked to her. I was nervous to reach out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so weird. Like, is she going to be mad that I haven't talked to her in so long? And we were talking about it, and I forget the word that she used, what it's called. But basically, when something is right in front of you, it exists. But when it's not in front of you anymore, it doesn't exist. And that's kind of the way some of our relationships happen. And I know that's definitely how I handle some of these, like my
I'm guilty as
family.
well. I'm guilty as well.
Yeah, my family, like those people that you interact with on a regular basis, they exist. But the people that maybe are further away or you just don't interact with on a regular basis, like they don't exist. It's not that they don't exist and you don't ever think about them, but we don't think about them as often. You know, things get in the way, and just know that it's never too late to reach out. So, our homework for you is to really sit there, just like we ask all of our guests, just like we're telling you today, sit there and think, where do you get your strength from? Not just a surface answer either, okay? I want you to really think about, like, what are your character traits? What are your morals? What is your purpose? And what makes you like that? Where did you get these traits from? It's all over, different people, different things that have happened, and really just kind of map out where you get each of these traits, who you take after, good and bad, and really kind of deep dive and self-evaluate yourself. And then take the time and reach out to someone that you haven't talked to.
Yeah, whether it's a text message or on social media, send them a DM or something, tag them in a photo or something, just tell them you're thinking about them.
Exactly. So as always, we love you guys, and we hope you have a wonderful week.
Peace.